guys hydration when you need it? It's nowhere, okay? We'll never have hydration. Well, not as long as I'm not supposed to have water in here. In my room that I currently own. Although I do have a water bottle here that I have not opened. It's from work, from yesterday. Because I didn't open it and didn't drink out of it, it's safe to drink out of it. So I guess today we could have hydration. You'll never stay healthy on command. I drink a ton of water, okay? Also, I just noticed that chat. There we go. Oh God, why is the text is so squashed? Okay, let me fix that. Yeah, I spent a long time, like a couple hours this morning, setting up OBS. Because you can do a lot more in OBS than you can in Streamlabs, I found out. OBS has different options that Streamlabs just can't do. So I decided to set aside some time and yeah, just get it all set up. And I decided I wanted to try to actually have a chat box in here, so I made one. And yeah, I just need to adjust the size of the chat. There is now a chat box in OBS. Big heckin' yeah. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't that look so much better? Now you can actually read what's in the chat. Yeah, and turns out if you connect OBS to Twitch, it does give you a built-in chat box on the side, just like Streamlabs. I didn't have this connected to Twitch before, so it didn't give me the chat box. I thought it just didn't have one. But no, turns out it does have one. Anyway, how are you doing today, Pango? There are a couple of differences though when it comes to using OBS, I see. Despite the fact that I have the chat box, which looks mostly the same so far, I do not see an option to show how many viewers I have in my chat. And it doesn't tell me how long I've been streaming. Well, okay, there's something at the bottom that tells me how long I've been streaming. So, okay, I guess I do have that. It's just in a different spot. But I don't have the thing that tells me how many viewers I have. So, I don't know. I guess on one hand, that could be really handy. Because you don't want to stress over your viewer count. Definitely not. Because that can hinder your growth. And it's just bad for your mental health. You don't want to stress over your viewer count. But at the same time, when I reach higher viewer counts and I see it, I'm like, oh my God, I feel proud of myself. I got like 7 or 8 viewers in here all at once. So, I guess I'll have to get used to not seeing it. If I decide to stay in OBS, but I just spent a ton of time setting all of this up. So yeah. We also do have a couple of new things that I went ahead and added because we're swapping over to OBS. You're alive. Well, that's better than the alternative, right? Right? Oh God, alright, I've got Genshin open, so my hotkeys aren't working. Yay! Yeah, doing the Blessed Smug's not gonna be easy, so, just a heads up. I don't even know if, like, are you the only one here? I don't know. I can't see the viewer count! I don't know how many other people are here. How am I holding on? Honestly, I'm doing great today. Today is my first day off in a week. I worked 8 days in a row. I don't even know why. I did not ask for those hours. I guess they were just handed to me because of, like, we had Labor Day going on. It was like last year at my job, Labor Day was the busiest holiday out of any of them. Busier than Christmas, busier than Thanksgiving, Halloween, Easter, all of it. Labor Day was the absolute worst. I was working as a cart attendant. Well, you know, bagger is what we call it at my store, but I feel like saying bagger is gonna confuse the rest of the world if I'm going and getting carts. But I was still working as a cart attendant back then when Labor Day passed originally. So, yeah, and we closed the store at 10 p.m. I did not get out of there until like 10:30. And there were like the carts, all the cart corrals were so full. And like, I had to get my supervisor to come out and help me. I didn't even ask her. She just started coming out and helping, which I was so grateful for because there were so many cars. It would take me forever to get all of them myself. And I was dying from exhaustion trying to keep up with the workload all day. It was horrible. So I was dreading Labor Day like all year. Dreading. And like now I'm a cashier at my job, so it would have been a little different. But still, you know, dealing with that same level of engagement, that same level of work for 3 days straight, I wasn't really looking forward to it. But then like Labor Day weekend comes around and it's not really that busy at all. Like Easter was busier. Easter was pretty heckin' crazy this year actually, but then Labor Day is like, no, not a big deal, which is super nice considering I worked like 5 days straight prior to the 3 days on Labor Day weekend. So, oof. But I'm so happy to finally have a day off. And I still need to check my bank account, actually, to see how much money I got from that big heckin' huge paycheck. I might go ahead and just do that right now, just so I don't forget. Because I remembered it earlier, and then I forgot, since I haven't actually checked it yet. I forgot! What do you guys think of my new chat box, though? Do you like it? I made it myself! Isn't it cool? If you look real close, it's a bit of a gradient kind of thing. So the edges are darker, where the center is lighter. I also made it, I turned the opacity down so it'd be transparent, so I don't know if it's that obvious, but I did do that. And it's got like that mosaic effect around the side of it. Okay, well I guess my paycheck hasn't come in yet, because $200 in my checking account is not the kind of money I would have gotten from 8 days straight in a row. Also, oh dang. I don't have my box showing me the names of people who followed. So I didn't catch your name, but thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. I'm streaming on OBS today for the first time. I usually use Streamlabs. Today I'm using just normal OBS Studio. It's not set up the same way, so I'm getting used to it. But I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Hello, Lorun. Hello, John Jungle. How are you doing today? It's nice. Can't see much on my phone, though. Hey, that's okay. I'm just happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, I'm so excited because I got all this set up. You guys can't see what it looks like on my end, but it looks real heckin' good. Well, except for like not having the feed with all of the like follows and subs, the activity feed. After this stream, like before my Dead by Daylight stream later today, I think I'm gonna try and see if I can set that up. Yeah, I really should have just read it when I was on the stream. on the screen, but I was talking. If I stop talking, then I'll forget what I was talking about. I'll have to see if I can set that up though. But it looks real heckin' good on my side. I notice I have a spot for scene transitions here too. I don't have any scene transitions. Or it's set to fade right now. Maybe that adds like a little bit of a fade effect when it swaps scenes. I don't know. I'm not used to OBS. But yeah, if I decide I like it, I might just start going OBS full time. Now the one downside when I was setting up OBS is I couldn't figure out how to get stream avatars in here. I mean, they're in here, but for some reason you can't see them. Like, I have it set up right now, right? I'm looking at it, the game capture for stream avatars, I'm looking at it right now. It's not turned on right now because the several times I tried to activate it and tried to turn it on, it wouldn't act. Well, like, it's in here, but you couldn't see it. It was like it was invisible. It's like, it's in here in my little source list, but then it wasn't up here in the box where you can see me in the chat box and Abon and, oh man, Abon was the thing I forgot to add. Dang it. I'm like, there's something I forgot to add. What was it? It was Abon. Like, we have squishy Abon here, but we don't have normal Abon in OBS. I think I forgot to add her. I'll have to do that at some point. But yeah. So, I'll have to see if I can figure out what's going on with stream avatars. I really don't know. I even looked up the tutorial that I used to set it up for Streamlabs. And, like, I followed all it's not even complicated. It's very easy to set it up actually. Followed all the steps to the letter. And I don't know what's up with it. I really don't know. And it's not that it's a Streamlabs only thing, because the guy in the tutorial that I was watching set it up in just normal OBS like I'm using now. So I really don't know what's going on with it. I'm sad because I really wanted to have that here. It was nice to have like the extra movement and like the engagement with chat. I love that. I love the option to let you guys engage with the stream more. Kind of like crowd control, but like only with the stream avatars, you know? So yeah, that's the only downside. Everything else went very smoothly actually, including my setting up the new stuff, which I was actually kind of nervous about because I'm not tech savvy at all. And I had to check back with the tutorials several times to get it in here, but I managed to do it. It can maybe use some fine tuning on one of the things I added, but one of them is actually a redeem. So I don't know how long it was gonna take one of you guys to actually notice. There is a new redeem because I'm on OBS. Introducing channel points. What? Lady, I know what channel points are. I use channel points every day of the week. Yeah, it's the most expensive. I might actually take that down. I don't know why I made it most expensive. I just did. I just threw a price at it. I had like several other things to set up, you know? So I had to be fast to make sure I had time to set up everything up. But it's in there. It's a new one. And it is not something I could do with Streamlabs. It's one of the things I really wanted to do with Streamlabs, but I wouldn't let me. Okay, let's give it a try. What button did I set this to? I think I set it to this one. Yeah, here it is, here. Oh god, it's nightmare fuel. Imagine if you woke up in the middle of the night and this is what you see. Sleep paralysis demon. That's so fun. Oh, yeah, I might see if I can set it up so that it goes horizontally instead. Cause like I saw that some people had a horizontal. When I set it up, it was just automatically vertical. I didn't see an option to swap it, so I'm not sure, but maybe we could do that. Cause I just feel like we might get funnier faces out of it if it was like horizontal, you know? Okay, but yeah, so we are playing Genshin today. And for once, I remember to set it to just chatting for the just chatting portion. Happy about that. We're gonna be doing more of the Inazuma story. I redeemed it, but it didn't show up in the chat box. Oh, it did for me, don't worry. It didn't show up. Oh god, your dialogue is leaking out of the chat box. Gotta make that smaller. It doesn't show up in the chat box like over here where I'm looking. It doesn't show up in this one, but I have one. It's over here for me on my side, this side of the screen. It built into OBS, and I can see all the redeems in there, just like I could on Streamlabs. It looks very similar, actually. Let's just squash this a bit more. There we go. Okay, yeah. So let's change the category from just chatting over to Genshin. We're gonna do more of the Inazuma story today. I want to get caught up with the Inazuma story because apparently they're bringing in Scaramouche in one of the next few updates. I don't know if it's like the next one or like the one after or whatever, but within one of the next few updates, they're bringing in Scaramouche. Like finally, Scaramouche! I freaking heckin' love Scaramouche. Okay. And yeah, I got the chat box in here. I got the game running. I got everything all right. Let me turn on my desktop audio so you guys can hear the game. I have pretty much everything set up. Yeah, it's all good then. Don't worry, I got you, bro. I got you. I just hope Genshin's not gonna block anything. Okay. Oh god, this is very loud for me. Ah, turn my screen brightness up. Okay, So, one thing that I want to show off. The other thing that I set up is like dynamic lighting for my body here in the corner. So if you look, let me use this as an example. This is what I kept using to test it to make sure I had it okay. Watch the lighting on me down here. Oh, I have it set very subtle. Oh, you can't really see it. No! I might have to change it a bit. But I set it up so that the lighting on my model here, on my body, would reflect that of the game. But I also didn't want it to be too heavy. So let me see something just real quick. This might look weird for a second. No, I don't want to change that. No. Okay, got that one changed. This one. Okay, so if I try this again, it might look more different. Ah! Sorry, and I don't want to start the stream with a bunch of maintenance. I just feel bad. I spent so long trying to get this to look right, only for it to not look right. I really wanted to show it off, so if I could just attempt to make some minor changes to it. Although I wonder if it's even applying it, like if I got it going live right now. Do you think at times people are like weirded out by like this lady just standing in the road for just standing there for like 24 hours straight? This kind of thing is not easy for me to understand. Okay, now you should be able to see the effect better. Yeah, see, you can kind of see it as like the sun goes around. Isn't that cool? Oh wait, oh crap, I just clicked the X on Genshin. Crap, no, I just turned off the game. Whoops. Okay, hang on, I'm booting it back up. Whoops. I just wanted to click the X to exit the clock option. Both X's are right next to each other. Okay. Well, I've got the game going again. Hopefully it pops back in here the way it's supposed to be. Okay, there we go. You can see, it's okay, now you can really see it, right? Okay, we're all good. Sorry about that. Okay, looks like I have some mail over here. Changyan! If you have time today, please come visit me. Please excuse me. I don't know how to properly express how I'm feeling. I actually thought about it all day. My face feels hot, but I still can't find the right words. But if I don't take this opportunity to tell you, I know I will regret it for the next year. Is this a love confession? No need to fret, this won't be about training or searching for evil spirits. I just wanted to take this time to casually chat with you. I want to tell you about the strange things that have been occurring and also hear about all the experiences you have had on your journey. Besides, I feel that my martial arts has progressed slightly and I would like some advice from you regarding martial arts techniques. I have already prepared enough popsicles. No matter what happens, I'll be in control and not ruin our gathering. I'll be waiting for you. I guess this is for his birthday? Okay, and then there's all the notices. I just don't want any notifications for it. I don't actually read the notices. Okay, wait. It says there's like an Electroculus, like right over here. Is that one of the ones that I can actually get to? Oh, no, get off the tree, ball. Why are you gonna be in the tree? Oh yeah, okay, now this is this one that's like, I think it's in the cave down there, but I couldn't figure out how to get in there. Yeah, right here. Wait, what's this? Oh, there's a chest here.
Take them.
Nice.
No need.
Yeah, here. Like, there's a switch in there, so you have to get in there somehow. Is that water down there? Oh, I want to go swimming in the cave water. Back, you're doing groceries. Hi, Henry. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Okay, well, Ball is only level 18, so I actually don't think it's really the best idea to go fight stuff. It's level 57 with her, as much as I really want to. How's the game audio, by the way? Can you guys hear the game okay? Feel the combat's probably one of the best situations to test the audio. Oh, Henry, thank you so much for the host. Thank you, thank you. When there's a lot of grass on the screen, your hair becomes green. Wait, really? I want to see. Game audio is just right. Thank you, thank you. I always worry, like, I don't want it to be too loud. I also don't want it to be too quiet either. Now I wonder if I got the effect of being too rich. Oh god, yeah, those are... That lighting effect's pretty rich. Hang on, give me like 2 seconds. This is why I don't mess with filters. Gremlin Rune? How dare you? I'm not a gremlin, I'm a wholesome girl. I'm very wholesome. Okay, bam. Is that better? Does that look better? Huh, I still turned green though. Look at all that green. Ah, okay, what you getting? Also, I have Ball in my party, but I didn't use her. What is this effect around me? Does this happen if you just have her in your party? Huh? Yeah, I don't understand like why I turn green if I'm around a lot of grass. Maybe it thinks it's green light. Oh yeah, that's probably it. It probably thinks it's like green light, so it makes me look green. I look like an alien! Green Rune. Rune is grass. Grass. Let me see if I can make it so the green doesn't pop up so much. Let's see, green. Okay, so this should be better.
Lee was a brave girl today. I found a really weird.
Nah, now it looks blue.
Want me to show it to you?
Now I look like Faye's love child. No. Don't you just love watching me just fix technical difficulties on stream? Don't you just love it? Okay, I promise that's the last adjustment. I'm not touching it anymore. I remember I messed with it like a ton earlier. Just so... Yeah, why? Why Raiden Shogun? Why is this effect here? Why? 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 Oh, right. I forgot to disable the subscribers only mode. Oh my god. Henry, thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, I started setting it to subscribers only when I was offline so people couldn't, like, write stuff in the chat. But then I forgot to undo it. Oh, I hope there wasn't people wanting to, like, chat and then they couldn't because I had it set to that. I feel like with all this stuff going on, I feel like such a noob. Okay, well first let's go back to the village that I wasn't supposed to. That is why emote only is better. It shows a big chat is emote only on the screen. I mean, yeah, true. Like someone told me that emote only apparently doesn't work though. That's why I started setting it to subscribers only. I just want to make sure my chat is safe.
Looks like Teijima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead.
What could they do in the emote only though? Twitch doesn't allow inappropriate emotes. Aren't there emotes that have like letters in them? People could use those the letter emotes to like spell out inappropriate phrases. That's what I heard anyway. It's a good point.
I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab.
Aww. Aww. What have you had to say, Bamboo?
I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait, there's more!
But wait, there's more!
I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine.
What's an Omamori? Sorry, I'm taking your lavender melon. Okay, the shrine. Oh, here it is. It's like right over here.
So this is the Omamori Teijima wrote about.
Pet crab? Never heard of that before. You never heard of pet crabs? One of my cousins used to have a pet crab. And you can buy like hermit crabs from pet shops and stuff. They're very cute.
Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
Mayhaps. I kind of want to do an audio check. I want to do an audio check just to make sure the game audio really is good. Ow! Okay, yeah, you're right. You guys are right. The audio is pretty good. Although I'm realizing now, I probably should have added... hang on. I have an idea. I wonder if this will affect this too. I went ahead and added. Oh wait, no, it's not gonna work. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say I added my desk and my little squishies there to the folder that I have my body set into, so that it would change colors too. But I forgot. I'd have to ask like I would have to add specific filters and stuff in order for that to work. Wish I thought of that. It's kind of weird that I'm changing colors, but nobody else is. Maybe when we get into like the next set of cutscenes or something. Here? But this is right back at your house. Am I going the wrong way? I mean, this looks like it's trying to lead me into this house. Ah, okay.
Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years? Must be something
Mayhaps.
pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look.
But I want to set a dynamic mask on these
A
things.
letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again?
If we become separated during war, go wait for me in Konda Village. There will be a safe home for us there. It's here.
So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh? Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
That's kind of sad. Okay, hang on. I'm almost done with one of them. Okay. Hi, Henry. You don't have to call me a gremlin in the game too. Wait, why won't it not let me glide here? Maybe I'm just not high enough. Where was I going? Oh, talk to Tejima. Sorry, I don't mean to be so distracted. I'm realizing these things now, and I just want to fix them before it gets too late.
Well, I'll be.
I'm
It's
muted,
certainly my
huh?
handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too.
You muted your browser accidentally. Also, you guys can still hear the audio when I do that, right?
But I have no memory of anything
Okay,
that's
good.
written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look
Oh,
at
wait
all
a
the
minute. No,
things
I don't
that
want the
did
dynamic
happen
mask
over
on
the
these.
years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like the blink of an eye. How could I have
Should just be
forgotten
fine the way it
something
is.
so important to me? Now that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been
Yeah, it is fine. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna sing with something that
Hold
doesn't need
out.
to be messed with at all.
love, regret, everything I felt for her. It's all disappeared.
No, don't make me very sad.
No, not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream.
That sounds terrifying. Could you imagine if you had someone that was so important to you and one day you just completely forgot about them? You couldn't remember anything? Yeah, as if they never existed at all. Scary. So do you still plan on leaving?
I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her? When I
mean,
think about it
probably.
like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad.
Yeah, me too. Or losing a reason to feel sad is maybe the saddest thing of all. Let's go and be too.
Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too. That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we? Well, let's go find the next person.
Wow, depressing. I turned on Genshin to have a good time, not to feel bad today.
The second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Oh, not party setup. How do you don't need to message me in the game, okay? Where even is my messages option? I found it earlier by accident, and then now I can't find it. Delete. Okay, find the next person who lost their vision. Worse for them, I wouldn't remember. I mean, true. But still, I guess you wouldn't feel sad about it if you completely forgot. I don't know, I guess just the idea right now is scary. Have you ever come across dialogue option in Genshin that had an actual impact?
The Tenryou Commission is
But,
directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
Oh no, they're starving the people!
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Emergency provisions. Like emergency food? Oh no! Hey, that's how you solve the problems. Just give them Paimon.
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
Hey, why are you like this? You have no idea who I am at all, and you just make an assumption that I'm a part of some random dude's gang. Like, just for no reason. Just because I'm inquiring about what's going on? What's with the attitude, dude?
What? We just happened to be passing by.
Yeah.
Heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution.
She doesn't really look like a gang member. Yeah, why would you jump to that assumption? I don't look anything like a gang member at all.
In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai.
What if he had his vision taken away just like Tenjima? So he really has just forgotten about the provisions because he forgot stuff. Like lost some of his memory the way Tenjima did.
It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
I don't like the chamber, man. This place is weird. You mean, you said chamber. You mean the spiral abyss? That is over here on Musgrave. It's a pretty good challenge. I've gotten pretty far in there to the point that like I can't continue any farther because the enemies are too strong. But you can get some good primo gems from there.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous.
Your voice is very
If I
quiet,
was hoarding
dude.
supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to.
Oh, we heard that you lost your vision recently.
And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
So if Rune loses her vision, she becomes a generic mean NPC. Well, hey, my character actually doesn't have a vision, so your joke is voided. Nope. But I wouldn't say this guy is mean. I wouldn't say Tenjima was mean either. It's these guys over here that are mean, and no one ever said they had visions.
Huh. He seems to be telling the truth.
Although I guess I wouldn't say they're mean either, because it's understandable where they're coming from. If they really think their food is being kept away from them for no reason, you'd probably be really frustrated too, and scared for what you're gonna do if you can't get food to feed your family.
But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say. We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Okay, go and stop the treasure hoarders from looting Kurosawa's house. I thought they already did. Isn't that the whole reason he was chasing them? Because they already did? I mean, unless they're heading back there to get more stuff, I guess. Or unless I'm just going to take back the stuff that they took. But that goal could be worded very differently. Oh, we're gonna throw an attack at them! Oh no! They didn't suspect a thing!
All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
They're just upset that they no longer get free stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it would depend if they're trying to take advantage of the guy or if they're really telling the truth. Just kill some boars and verbs, fam, joking. They'd have to kill a lot to feed a whole clan. It depends on how many people there are.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in Hoarder history.
You demand, boss.
You demand, boss.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson.
I was already trying to before that cutscene triggered.
Another test subject.
Why do we say another test subject? You're treasure hoarders, not mad scientists. What the heck are you testing? Teaches farmers a lesson.
There goes all the Mora.
Farmers that
Worked
conduct
hard to
mad
steal
science
that, you know?
experiments.
Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you.
Forget it. Tell us all you know about Kurosawa, or not likely. Word has it you looted Kurosawa's house.
Kurosawa? Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that place.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
You've got a deal. Now show us what's in the box.
Shouldn't I be the one making this decision, Paimon? The boss is a teenager with an old man's voice. Does he really sound that old? Does he really look that young? Huh?
Huh?
I don't know if I would have said that. Actually, yeah, he does look pretty young, actually. Now you getting a good look at him.
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs.
What's an IOU?
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
Yes, of
Yo,
course.
Paimon talks a big game for someone who doesn't do anything but float and talk.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Really? Again, Bo? I'm about to take you out of my party to get this weird circle effect to stop. Unless that's an effect from, like, actual Ball and not Ball in my party. Like, the Ball from the story versus the one I have.
Illusion shattered.
Did I get any Sakura petals for this one?
Shine down.
There you go.
Clear skies can do nothing to hide the brilliance of lightning.
I have no idea what you just said. I couldn't hear you, Ball, but okay. I'll disagree with you.
Do you see
Paimon
that
role is to be the protagonist voice.
Wait,
They decided to
you
give the mute
understand?
protagonist a way to talk
So-
this time.
demonstration is not required?
I mean, there have been
Good.
quiet protagonists that make it work, like Link. Although a lot of people think he's actually mute. He's not. But we're not mute either. We have options to talk. Paimon just talks most of the time. IOU, a document that you have borrowed something and will return it at a later time. Oh, okay. I mean, that's what I was thinking after I asked, but I didn't know for sure, so I didn't want to say anything. Okay, here's Aoi.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything
Suku
you
Momomo.
need. Can I help you find something?
Suku Momono. Suku Momomo.
Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about?
Why did that sound so weirdly flirtatious? Am I in danger? About these IOUs.
Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account.
Zuko from Last Airbender? Wait, why? When did Zuko come into the conversation? No, Suko. TSU.
However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he
Not
started
suck.
writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
I'm gonna suck you if you don't stop making jokes in my chat.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense.
That sure makes those guys from before look like buttholes.
And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself. If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself?
Unfortunately, he doesn't remember.
I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword? What sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years now. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell.
Maybe it's that sword that one NPC from Liyue keeps asking me about. Emergency provisions? Is people stashing toilet papers in Genshin too? I hope not. Oh, it's all food, dude. Emergency provisions is the potato.
In
Potato.
hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, at least that's what I think. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle today's bill.
But we didn't buy anything.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to pay for this guy just because he forgot.
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree?
I mean, I guess technically, but I still don't really agree with handing over a ton of money for it.
Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think. 2,000 mora should be a fair price.
But I can't even say no. I have to say yes. Capitalism, brother. Ah!
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa has a priceless sword in his possession. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again and see if he can remember anything.
Why do I feel like those treasure hunters are gonna come right back into the picture now that we found out about this sword? See, now I don't have the circle effect around me. Does it want to do this? No. Maybe it's like actual in-game ball. She told you a cool story and wants money afterwards. This is just weird. Right? That's what I was saying. Like, I can see where she's coming from with it being a commodity. But like, at the same time, it's weird.
What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did those other two go?
I ate them. War is the way of Inazuma.
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true, right?
Actually, you recount your encounter with the treasure hoarders
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation?
Fluency, hi! Oh my god, thank you so much for the raid! How you doing today? How was your stream? Party time! Yeah, let's go! Party people! Woo! Da, 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 da. Thank you so much for the raid. How are you guys doing today? How are all of you doing? Yeah, welcome raiders. Welcome, welcome. What are y'all doing over in Fluorchi's chat, huh? 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 Party, party. Just having a party? Ooh. You know, that would make a good idea for a stream. Just a VTuber party. We have snacks and drinks. You have party music. You can set up some dynamic lighting on everything. And have a bunch of VTubers there. Wouldn't that be cool? Zelda time, Twilight Princess. Ooh, nice. Yeah, the Twilight Princess is such a good game. I'm glad to hear you guys had a great time. The Twilight Princess never disappoints. Neither does Fluorchi. I gotta stop by one of your streams one of these days, Fluorchi.
But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so.
I wish I had a sword that looked that cool. I actually do own 2 swords. But neither of them are like samurai swords.
This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up catching me in the act and scolded me severely. What did he say? I can't seem to remember that either.
I feel like this guy, I relate to this guy so much because I'm always forgetting stuff myself. But I just feel so bad. If you just forgot like half your life. I mean, I'm lucky the things I forget all the time tend to be little things. But like if you forgot like people who are important to you and like important things your friends and family have said to you, just the thought of that's really terrifying. Honestly, I know we acknowledged earlier that like if you forgot someone that was that important to you, it wouldn't be that sad to you at all. But I don't think so. Because even though you couldn't remember the person that you loved so dearly, the fact that you know you love this person and now you can't remember why, that could bring some sadness just in and of itself. The fact that you can't remember anything about this person or a conversation that was so important to you. All you know is that it was important. And just be struggling to remember to no avail because the memory is gone. Sounds very frustrating. I don't want to go through that. You got caught on the app? Craigasm? What is a Craigasm?
It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. So many memories gone. Forever. No matter how hard I try to remember.
Oh, it's that emote. Okay. Now, I'm still learning, like, what all the emotes are. I saw it the other day that somebody typed out "feels bad man" in my chat, and then it showed up, like, in the chat box in stream as an emote, but it was the text in the chat that I was looking at. And, like, that's when I realized that all this time when people are typing out "feels bad man," they were using an emote. I didn't know that.
All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he said to me,
I think I might have skipped some of his dialogue.
You
Hey!
It's like you're skipping you. I'm sorry,
There
dude.
seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
The words are virtue and justice.
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all.
That was so loud. Oh my god. You need to download Better TV as a browser extension. Man, I've been downloading so much stuff lately. I gotta clear out my computer. Got all the stuff I need to delete. Old pictures, old thumbnails, old videos, a lot of stuff.
But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. And look how things ended up.
Just to some extent, it is a bit selfish. I don't know, I see it both ways. Like, on one hand, these people didn't know that he was purchasing the provisions out of his own pocket. So they had probably assumed it was something provided by the state. Also, it was not children you're eating, it was the one kid who's allowed to be in here besides me, because she sleeps in this room too. So don't go yeeting stale soda, okay? She's allowed to come in here. Like, yeah, so like they probably made the assumption that it was provided by the state, and for some reason he was just not hitting them out when he was supposed to. That's probably what they thought. But in reality, like, no, that wasn't the case. But you know, you can't account for information that you don't know. I've had friends before, well, not friends, plural. More like for one singular friend. One friend that I had issues with at some point, I used to feel like he didn't really put as much effort into our friendship as I did. Kind of like the same issue I had with a different friend. I'm not going to go into too many details. But, yeah, it turns out there were things he was doing behind the scenes for our relationship that he just didn't want me to know about. And then he got mad when I said that it didn't feel like he was doing anything. Because he knew he was doing stuff like that. But I had to explain to him, like, well, you also said you were hiding this from me. He specifically said he wanted to hide it from me because he didn't want me to know. And it's like, yeah, I can't account for information I don't have. If you had told me, then I could have taken that into account when I was, forming my opinions on the situation. I've had friends before. Is that what I said? Ah! You're right. I had friends before, but not now. No longer do I have any friends. It was not me that yeeted anyone. It was you yeeting to basement. I do have a basement. You could stop saying that now, okay?
The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
I wouldn't say you're incapable of being a good person. You forgot. You can't help forgetting. That's not within your control. It wasn't like you were withholding the provisions like they thought. That's not what you were doing, man.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expenses. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword.
Losing a vision. There's no trifling matter. Why is... These are like one singular sentence but split into two dialogue options. I don't understand why the game does this sometimes.
Yeah. Seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
I feel like that's gonna come up with Ball. Like the fact that we can manipulate the elements without a vision. Therefore, she is physically incapable of taking away our elemental power. I feel like that's gonna be a plot point down the road. I've heard that voice actor before. I think, really? Who do you think it is? Okay, a sword master's pass, pay the broken blades, find the next person who lost their vision. Okay, so he's not far from here at all. Is it kind of ironic that we're going around listening to the sad stories of all these people who had their visions claimed by Ball? As Ball? Hello, I know you're suffering because you had your vision taken. I'm just gonna walk up to you as the person who took it.
Is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts.
No idea who it is, just the voice is familiar. It could be you've heard him before. Some voice actors have like so many roles, it's crazy. I'm really proud of them. If you manage to get any roles, super impressive.
Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine.
Also, if you want to know what the new redeem is, you should just redeem it and see what happens.
Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him.
Okay. Oh no, I look like I'm melting! Nightmare fuel! That's absolutely horrifying! Yes, it's because I'm using OBS to stream today rather than Streamlabs. So I have that in here. Like, I did figure out how to set it up, but I just couldn't with Streamlabs. It works fine in OBS. I think Streamlabs is just incapable of running it. So because I actually went ahead, I spent several hours this morning just setting up OBS. And then, like, it looks so fleshed out now. It looks so much better. It's got all this stuff in it. And yeah, I got that new feature. And the lighting feature, like I was messing with earlier. If you notice, my model is, like, changing colors depending on, like, the lighting in the game. It's super cool! Can you make a gigantic mouth one? You mean like here? I think so. Oh, hang on. The chat is above the chat box. Oh, it was behind the chat box, I mean. Let's see. With the distortion scan. I mean, I don't know, like, how I would do that. I guess I could try. I feel like I would have to. Open mouth and go down when at it. We could give it a try. Oops, I messed it up. It's not that easy, you gotta really time it right. Okay, I kinda did it. I'll give it one more try. Oh no. That face. Oh no. It's absolutely horrifying.
Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though,
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately!
See, what is with people just assuming everyone is some rude person here to attack them? I don't get it. I'm starting to dislike the people in this town.
Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
We're here to become disciples.
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train us. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being.
Ew, I saw under Noel's skirt? You mean in your game? Because like Noel has not been on my screen at all this entire stream. We can wait till he's recovered. I'm not going back until I can call my sensei.
I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay or to leave.
Know who else got a lot of people insulting them? Us. Yeah, we got many villagers thinking we were bandits. That is true, yeah. These people could be more understanding. We're in the exact same boat.
Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not
the
long
Fire
ago,
Nation attacked.
Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty shogun herself.
Oh, I know that place. I was playing off stream one time and I climbed all the way up there. It's a really pretty shrine right up there, and there was some electroculus up there. It was pretty worth the visit.
Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
I don't know about that. It's probably just being weird and they just think it's a demon or something. Okay. I feel mixed about the new character. Her attacks are top tier, but I feel like she's a bit fan servicey. Which new character are you talking about? I still need to buy this. Swimsuit Jean is finally not available anymore. Oh, I have enough for an tried bait. Nice. We do some polls. The thunder one? You mean ball? I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say she's fan servicey. Like, yeah, maybe she's pulling a sword out of her boobs. But aside from that, like, if you're looking just at her outfit, it's not really any more revealing than the other outfits would be. And it's not like she acts flirtatious or anything, so personality is off the table when it comes to that. She's really not any much more looter than any of the other Genshin characters, in my opinion. Yeah, got one more I can do for right now. Ooh, 4-star! Ah, another Zhongling. I can't remember if I've maxed her out already. I might have. Where are you, Zhongling? Zhongling. Zhongling. Zhongling, where the frick are you? Okay, so here she is, like blending in. Yeah, I already got you maxed out. Aw, man. I could have at least gotten Sucrose or something. That would have been the last Sucrose I needed to max stuff out. Wait, why am I going this way? I only got 3 4-stars for now. Which ones did you get?
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei one of his fits of madness. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's, his senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago, and he has been a wanderer ever since.
No, 2 Barbaras and a Geo woman that makes a wall. Ah, Ningguang! Yeah, those are all pretty good.
Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the Shrine Maidens managed to subdue him, so the exorcism can finally continue. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Hi? Oh no, the old man is making a break for it!
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's go after them.
Now with the redeem, we all can kill Rune. Wait, what? I don't think I remembered setting up a murder redeem.
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up.
And you all are gonna have to try harder than that to kill me. Rubenura, it's extra resilient. She could take a harder hit than you would think.
Suspicious person sighted. That's gotta be him.
How did you catch up with me so quickly?
Because you're old as frick.
Are you sure you're Dolmon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does. Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister.
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. Long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai. Yes, that's me.
Yeah, why did you run away? Because he can't bear to stand in the face of my beauty.
Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master, studying Make Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world.
He wants to be
Sensei
the
scolded
very
him,
best.
and told him
like
that
no
the art
one
of the
ever
sword should
was.
not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best sword master, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Make Yoshi Sui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations for me. Domon's arrival changed everything.
He sounds
When we
just
sparred,
jealous.
I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I
Uh-oh,
wanted
it's starting to
nothing
rain
further to do
outside.
with him.
I have
Deep
the window
down, though,
open.
I
No!
still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Make Yoshi Sui art to perfection. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finishing.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the exorcism at all. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
I'm still not sure if that guy's even possessed though. I'm gonna catch up on the chat for just a second. I wish the game had NPCs that didn't look generic. I know people will beg for them to be playable, but I don't know. Well, I think the reason that they reuse so many models and like they look so generic like that, they look generic so they can be reused to cover different characters. Because that would be a lot of work creating that many models for a ton of different characters, you know? And like, the more unique you make them look, the less you could use that model for another character. Because it's too unique, it's too distinct, you know? Like, even if they touched up their designs, like maybe they could afford to touch up the designs some more. They wouldn't look so generic and they would still be NPCs. Maybe you could do that. Maybe I'm just talking dumb stuff right now. But I could see where they probably wouldn't want to do that. Long before you show up. We all know Paimon in the ending is the main villain, 1 million years old. We'll have to wait and find out. But I mean, important NPCs. I know townspeople shouldn't all be unique. Yeah, I mean, I guess I see what you say there. Like, I guess it's just, it could also be, like, cost-wise, you know, production cost-wise. Because, like, if they're working harder to make, more distinct models, even if the character is, like, a little more important story-wise, like one of these guys we have to talk to progress the story, to make models for each and every one of them, that's a lot of money going into it. And that money could also be used for other things within the game.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed?
Like hiring voice actors and like making sure you have the... Yeah, making sure you have people to make sure bugs are figured out, stuff like that. And then like just paying the people who work on the game too. They gotta have money for all of that. So, I don't fault them for not making these NPCs like look, you know, stand out more, because you want to use your money where you really, really need it. And like, while it would be nice for characters like these to have a more distinct not personality. Why would I say personality? While it would be nice for them to have a more distinct appearance, it's also not really important. It's also not a problem that needs to be fixed, you know? Because, it would be nice, but they do look fine the way they are. And there are better things that their money could go towards. Especially if they're, like, getting events out and stuff. Like, for every event, sometimes the events have new characters and stuff like that, so then they made to make that stuff. And then, like, hire voice actors for those events and all that.
Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly wrong.
That he had his vision taken away. That's what it is. It makes people go crazy. Well, since it's a 3D game and the models are top tier, I understand. But yeah, they have to like pay somebody to make models like this, and like model creation is not easy.
Nanako, please.
Most
Try
art
not to get
forms aren't
agitated.
easy at all. Like, anyone could do it, but if you want a high quality something like this, you gotta like work really hard and practice and learn how to do that. A lot of time, energy, and money goes into it.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news. Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Hi, Faye. How are you doing? It's raining really heavily outside of my house.
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience
Sky knew Faye
in
was coming, so
exorcism
it
of
sent the
evil
water
spirits
down.
and aversion of great calamities.
Set the mood.
I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
Yeah, as much as I like streaming this game, my one issue is just how much dialogue there is. Like, it takes so long just to get through all of the dialogue for a couple of cutscenes, and like, I don't want to interrupt the dialogue, so I go silent, but then I feel bad that I'm not saying anything. I'm okay just playing some Vampire the Masquerade. Oh yeah, you did say you were going to play that. Did you say you were gonna stream it? You're gonna stream something like that. I think I remember you saying something like that. How are you? I'm doing pretty good today. I've spent a few hours setting up OBS Studio, like the normal one, rather than Streamlabs. So I'm streaming with normal OBS today. And it's pretty weird, but I got some new stuff in here. It's really cool. Same, I end up not reading many of the times. Yeah, because like, I want to interrupt the dialogue, you know? It's nice, Silvio and I are. Ah, nice, nice. I'll have to stop by if I find time. But I'm also collabing with Muffin Top and potentially some other friends too later. So I don't know. What to see.
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady
Nah,
Yai
more
herself
dialogue. I
would
thought it
have
was
taken
over.
notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, given that you've traveled
Oops, I
all
cut
this
you
way
off.
just to meet
Sorry.
our sensei. We, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui Art, will do our best to help you.
Sure. After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. We're curious to meet her too.
I keep reading this as yay. The fact that it's pronounced yai keeps throwing me off.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden children from her.
Okay, finally a break from the dialogue. Sheesh. Sheesh. Go to the Grand Narukami Shrine to see the head shrine rated. Okay. Yeah, I did go there once before, so I do have a teleport spot unlocked. To be honest though, maybe I shouldn't be like just teleporting around all the time. It's like if we walked here or something, we would get the content out of exploring and walking and you know, I'm right. We should go back and walk here. Going back to walk here for the content. As I don't want what's wrong with teleporting. It's not that it's teleporting, it's that I'm jumping straight into what is gonna be another several minutes of conversation and being quiet. Whereas if I walked there, I could talk with you guys and we could have stuff happen in between the cutscenes, so it's not just me being silent for several conversations. So yeah, it's not the teleporting, it's just I don't want to be silent again for another several minutes when I'm supposed to be talking with all of you guys, you know? Like, at least let's get some other stuff in here first. No, don't show Faye the new redeem, no! Oh god, the lava turtle over there is absolutely terrifying. I propose we start a petition to ban all lava turtles because they are scary and I do not like them. Oh, there's a challenge over here. I don't know why I walk around this ball all the time considering
Illusion shattered.
Considering she's so weak and I don't have the stuff to make her stronger. Like, I need to just pick up the game in my spare time and just go, like, grind materials and stuff. But, like, you know, today's the first day I've had in a week where I wasn't, like, swamped with work. So, you know. Oh, it's this one. That should get it. Wait, They didn't get it? Oh, yeah, there we go. Ta-da! Also, who the frick is trying to join my world? No!
Have you heard the treasure chest?
Oh, look at the little statue here. Look. This is supposed to be... Looks like a mix between a fox and a rabbit. I'm not really sure. I mean, I know I can turn the join requests off. But like, I kind of don't get, like, why do you want to jump into a bunch of random people's worlds all the time? Maybe it's because I don't do it myself. I've never once requested to join a random in this game. Like, I either, like, I'll play in my own world, or I'll play with a friend. There is no in between. Oh, fox, rabbit, squirrel, dog. Yeah, that's what it is. For sure, no mistaking it.
Here we go.
Jungle knew the whole time.
Dumpty dumpty go. Pew.
Yeah, random people can ask to join your world. I still don't understand it. I mean, it's good for the people to want to, like, try to find others to play with. But, like, you might not necessarily have friends to play with. That's probably why the feature's there, actually. Like, we have people to play with. We have each other, and we have other friends. But some other people might not necessarily. Like, can you imagine, imagine you're a kid in high school, and you're the only one in your class that likes anime, let alone, like, Genshin. Well, there you go. Then, like, joining random people's worlds is the only thing you can do. Well, I guess you could just meet people online. Yeah, there you go. Meet people online. Unless you didn't have an internet connection. But then you wouldn't be able to play this game if you didn't have an internet connection.
Let's get down to business.
To defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? You know, if I was ever enlisted in the Chinese war to go fight against Shan Yu, I bet I would beat the absolute crap out of him. No contest.
Sacred name.
Rune against Shan Yu. Rune victor. 10 out of 10. Rune would win. Yeah, it was like, Rune wanna join me? And the name was a random. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna ask to play with people on stream unless that's like specifically what I'm planning to do is just play with a friend. Like, if I'm playing Genshin right now, it's kind of more, how do I, if you want to put me, you can put me in the stream chat. I have to clear this again. It gets in the way. Delete. Wait, where did that Sealy go? Oh, there it is. Okay, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I was talking about the Chinese war.
Wasn't there something?
But I also pretty much said everything I was gonna say on that.
I'm fine.
I mean, it stays behind your model, so it's not behind the stream. Yeah, but it's blocking my screen.
Guys.
You guys can't see it. I can.
Like.
Yeah, and you're like already in my chat, so there's not really a reason to do it. Wait, why can I not move? Oh god, no! Should have just stayed there where he couldn't move. We were both stuck until I moved. Wait, there's 2 Electroculus around here that I've never gotten. Bogue. What's under here? Oh, it's a chest. You know, that looked like there was something like purple and electrifying under here, and it was just a chest. What the heck is up with that? Okay, that looks like... It's like at the waterfall. Is it like behind the waterfall, maybe? it's above the waterfall or behind it. Oh, there's a building there. Maybe it's above. Maybe it's behind the waterfall. Well, that didn't work. Nope, there's just a rock here. This is just a rock. And so I fell all the way back down here for no reason.
Yahoo!
Does anybody get what that's a reference to? I feel like I've referenced that like once every 2 streams at least. And like nobody said like, oh hey, this is insert the thing that it's from reference. But then again, my family kind of references stuff that other people don't really reference. Like other people will be like, oh, I'll reference Supernatural. Or The Office or something. And then my family over here, with, well, not my parents, but like me and my siblings at least, will be like referencing Max and Ruby and stuff. Stuff like that. And like nobody besides us is gonna get it. Ooh, whoa, whoa. What the heck? What place is this? Why are there rocks floating out of the water? I still don't see what this electroculus is. It's bothering me. You didn't hear it? Whenever I say, this is just a rock, it's referencing something. Actually, I might have said it on one of my streams. Electroculus. Why do I keep getting this purple ring around me? It's bothering me. I don't like it. I don't even talk with my family. Either they hate me or they're afraid to try. Sorry to hear that. That's her passive. It's because I have Ball in my party. I'm gonna start not using Ball then if she's gonna put this annoying ring around me half the time. It's a representation of Rod and Choke on stacks. Well, then she can go away then. It's bothering me. Go away, Ball.
Let's go. Time is against us.
When it's full, it burst does amazing damage. It's not worth the mental anguish it will cause me in the meantime. Oh no, he found a new redeem. Okay, bye. I don't know why I act like I don't like it though. Look at my face, it's long. You should have seen some of the faces we got earlier. Some of them were genuinely horrifying. Ah, baby. I love that. I love having that. And I haven't seen too many VTubers that have it either. I've only seen like 2 other people use it. So it makes me feel a bit special to have it too. Ooh, it's a rock island. Wacky ruin. I'm always wacky. That's my thing. It's my thing, bro. This all kind of just feels like a giant puzzle.
Let's play.
Oh, I'm not gonna make that. If I fall in the water, will it sap my HP away? Probably. There are areas to do that. Okay, what does this do? If I trigger this? Oh, I guess I didn't need to do that. What button is it again? Oh, it's T. Wow, I'm right back up here where I was before. you trigger my attack? Stop! Oh, activate this by pressing E. Presses E. Starts attack instead. No! Become Mario Short Circuit? What? Yeah, you say like the randomest things sometimes. Man, I was hoping my sword was like electrified enough that I could just do that to get the Sakura petals. Oh, here's the shrine. Oh, and here's the Electroculus I was looking for. See, walking here was totally worth it, because otherwise I wouldn't have found that. We ended up getting here just fine, and it didn't even take that much longer. This is a really pretty area, too. Eh? Oh, I hit you, Tanuki thing. Go away. One thing I wish about Inazuma, though, I wish that people were more welcoming. Like, I understand they're under a lot of stress and stuff, but I feel like I've been ridiculed by practically every single person here except Toma. He's probably gonna become a playable character too at some point. I'm gonna get him. Toma has boyfriend energy.
What? Another bad one?
Okay, I'm here.
Let me try again.
Where'd the people be? Ah, here we go.
Do you think that's Lady Ai? Oh, no wonder Junior was so excited. She has a really striking presence. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now?
Do you mean in this frame? Because it doesn't really look like that, but okay.
It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right?
That sounds more like schizophrenia.
This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean?
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse.
Oh, dude,
with his wits
her skirt
impaired,
is
he
so
finally
short
descended
here in the
into
front.
Madness.
How much longer are your legs? Your panties must be like right here.
As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
That does sound about right, even with the other two guys.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Ai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not?
Sometimes it can be difficult to tell if it's a skirt or a belt. Is it a belt? How is it a belt? It doesn't look like a belt. It looks like a skirt. This is a skirt.
Stillness
It's a
of
dress.
mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught.
It's just a joke on how short the skirt is. Oh yeah, now I get it. I'm sorry, my brain is slow today. I did just get through working through 8 days in a row, you know. I'm still recovering from the mental and physical anguish.
Then, what of the one who crossed
Definitely
blades
not
with his own
emotional.
sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
People want her so bad. I want her too, so I can angle the screen like low and up, so I can see if I can see under her dress.
Lady, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns.
And
It
her
is no
hair looks so
small undertaking
fluffy.
to pursue the
I wanna give her
position
hand
of greatest
pats.
sword master in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead.
Rumor is you'll be able to transform with her? Huh?
When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself.
Since when
As
did
he battled
Genshin
his
become
growing
Transformers?
anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now.
I hope it's not a
Much like certain
spoiler.
fatally flawed
Because I do
friend
try
of
my
mine.
hardest to avoid spoilers. Other people might be like, really, they're really far ahead of me. I know I'm really behind on the Genshin story. But like, I try my best not to get spoilers. So, I need to start using the no spoilers tag. No spoilers. No spoilers. Don't Ranger transform though? And Ranger doesn't transform, he just has his wolf buddy that he pulls out and attacks with him. He doesn't physically change in anything else though.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Ansai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai?
What?
Where did he come from?
His father is here! The man's a stalker. No wonder he I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, 8 days in a row is rough. I work Mondays through Fridays, and usually I'm mentally exhausted at the end. Can't imagine 3 days more would be bad. Honestly, if I'm completely honest, it wasn't that bad until like yesterday. Cause like, I got mentally tired of work maybe like 4 days into work. So like, I started on Monday. By Thursday, I was just bored. Bored of being at work, bored of doing the same job for hours on end every day. But I wasn't physically tired until yesterday. Like, I don't know why. Normally, I tire out quicker than that. I guess I just had like really good stamina this time. I don't know.
Did he follow us the whole way
It was
here?
not easy though.
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would
You
come.
guys are practically twins. You look just
I
like him.
should've-
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people
Humiliation
you
of
beat
being a
along the way would hold it
stalker.
against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start?
Like no one ever was.
If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
And people in this world, like it just occurred to me just now. The people in this world, like same face syndrome is just a normal thing to them. I was thinking, like, would you not be weirded out that your friend that you're not related to has the exact same face as you? But I'm like, no, because almost everybody in this world has the same face. It's like 10,000 other people. Genshin Impact, the world where same face syndrome is a plague.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
And you couldn't have thought to talk to him about this, like, when he started reacting and acting out? Instead of just assuming he was possessed and not doing anything about it? I mean, technically they did stuff about it, but they were doing stuff and, like, they were trying to treat something that wasn't even a problem. So as far as the actual problem went, you weren't really doing anything.
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand.
Same face syndrome for everybody except the travelers. Ah! I mean, true. Also, it weirds me out so much when I, like, look over to the chat. It's like, I have Genshin Impact in windowed mode so I can capture it. And, like, from my perspective, there's just two Yanfei. Not Yanfei, she's not Yanfei. Two Yais here. One here, and then one right over here to the side from the game, like, in Streamlabs. Not Streamlabs. Oh, yes. Dang, I can't get any of these names right today. Yes, guys are so... Okay, you can leave now.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Meikyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them.
Yeah, all of this could have been resolved with just a simple conversation.
Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back home.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
I mean, I guess, but the kind of dialogue to be over now has been going on for so long. Yes, it seems as good as a resolution as we can hope
Traveler,
for.
a moment, please.
No, no more moments. I want to
Lady
leave.
has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment.
I like her hairstyle with like the low ponytail in the back. Is this just her hair or are these like animal
I
hairs?
have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Does she have animal ears? I
Ooh,
can't tell if that's hair or not.
Lady seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
Yes, finally. Yeah, I might go ahead and call the stream here though. 'Cause I'm starting to feel just a bit lightheaded from how long I've been in front of the computer today. I mean, stream aside, I was also in front of the computer for a good couple of hours just trying to set everything up. So, let's go back to just chatting. Oh. Oh. Man, I still need to adjust what this chat looks like. It's still too wide. Too wide. I just don't want the chat to look too squished either. So I made my own little chat box over here, and it looks nice, but at the same time, you know, the chat is a bit so squished. Yeah, don't worry, Rune. You can take a break. Thank you, and thank you all you guys for being here. I'm happy that my first stream on Twitch using OBS went well, and I got all these new features. I'm gonna look and see like what else I can get in here so we can further enhance our streams even more. Thanks for the stream, Rune. Have your comfy rest. Thank you. Okay, so let's see who is live for the first raid of the day. Since I'm gonna be streaming later today at 8 p.m. EDT. I'm gonna be playing Dead by Daylight with Cuddly Muffin Top and potentially a few other friends if they can join. They weren't sure when I asked them, so we'll have to wait and see what the answer is. But I might potentially be playing with some other people too. And I hope you guys will be able to come by and watch us play. This will be really fun. I really like Dead by Daylight. It's so spoopy. Okay, let's see who is live. Ooh, Frank is live. Nice. Let's go say hi to Frank. Okay, raid. Frank Pro 52. Alright, so we're gonna jump over to Frank's stream to say hi. Thank you once again for all you guys joining in. Just you being here means so much to me. And yeah, like I said, I'll be live later, so I hope to see you there as well. Alright, you guys have a really good day while I'm gone, and don't misbehave, okay? Otherwise, you won't live to see what happens next. This is a threat. Oh my god, my commentary suffered so much from the stream.